So along those lines, again, this is a very special Java thing that's happening behind the scenes. So is type erasure. So remember, the Java virtual machine is trying to make sure that all of this that we compile and code in Java is platform independent. It's very dissimilar to what C++ is when we have an object file. It's very, very dissimilar. So what it tries to do is it tries to frankly break down what we're looking for using the constraints and other collections and other items like that to make sure that it runs appropriately for, again, any platform that it happens to work on with a virtual machine. So in type erasure, each of the type parameters are replaced or bound with an object, that's the most basic one, if not bound too tightly, to something that's a little bit more concrete. Meaning in this example here, we have our string array, which is being highlighted right now, and then it's going to be broken down and gets replaced with just having our cast be a string from there on out. So, because again, our array list can handle any other type that we really want, but now we're being very specific and going ahead and we're knowing that we're going to return that casting for the string. So that's one part of the type erasure. Where it really comes into play is when we're doing our generics and we're the one creating things. Remember this example, we did TNS. We really had no idea what TNS was unless we were really coding it. Java doesn't either. So what it's going to do, it's going to translate. This is exactly the same code, but it knows that T and S are going to be some type of object, which is rather weak, don't get me wrong, but it is still going to be an object. We knew that part. And that's going to be an object throughout all the different TNSs that we're going to have through this, because that's really what it is. It's an object. Remember, with this example that we had, we're doing very little to actually dissect the objects that we were throwing in there. We're basically just holding it and for some data purposes and putting it together as a tuple. So this won't blow up with it too much because we're not doing a lot of difficult work with it, but it could if we were trying to get specific values out of it or try to do number crunching, but that's not what we're doing here. And our compiler would let us know, basically converting it into this, saying, wait a minute, I might not be able to pull an item from the object if we were doing more tedious work in this particular case. That's your type erasure in Java.